Y'all need some waters or anything? I can go find you a water.
I'm fine, baby. I'm fine. I have some over there.
Very good.
Bonjour, comment ça va? Je m'appelle Marie-Alice Drake. Bonjour, ça va bien?
Hello.
Hello, come in.
Geneva and Mary Alice.
Mary Alice.
You know what they use for the school.
And these original houses was made out of bousillage. Remember?
Originally, yes.
Originally.
That's the clay and the
The moss,
Oh, the moss. Yeah.
bousillage.
Yes.
Clay and moss and
But,
water.
you know, I'm sure you saw the lines on there because years ago, if you talk to your parents, grandparents, they may tell you that they were not able to speak French in classrooms, and so they were punished. You wrote lots of lines. I will not speak French. You got a whipping. You know.
Yeah.
It was hard, and so as people like me, now Mary Alice grew up with her mom and her grandmother speaking French all the
So I
time.
spoke Creole.
I heard it, but by then it was an embarrassment, so I did
You
not
speak
know
Creole?
at school at all.
I'll give you an example. In French, we some French teachers. J'ai 10 dollars. J'ai 10 dollars. I have $10. That's in French. I have $10 in Creole. Mogen 10 dollars. No, Mogen 10 piastres. Oh, and like I have 75 cents. Mogen 6 escalins. And like they told 75 sous, that's 75 cents.
A French speaker, that is something I wish I would have learned. My parents and grandparents spoke Creole,
Yes, I got you.
but yeah.
I shied away when I was younger because it was an embarrassment, so not me.
And you
Once I
know,
ended up
They
becoming a
stopped,
French
well,
teacher.
I remember when they, our families migrated here, they weren't allowed to speak
That's right.
Creole.
That's right.
So
That's why
that's
the
why
lines
it was
are there.
such a secret.
Absolutely, absolutely.
and then when you spoke Creole at home and everything, and you went to school, your English language was really messed up because instead of saying, you spoke English with a different type of accent.
Right.
Yeah, like for once, they would always get me because I used to stutter. I was a beggar, yeah. I used to stutter so bad. They used to call me a geechee because they say, boy, they told my mama, you went to New York and you met this man from Atlanta and you from Louisiana and you met this man and now you brought us a geechee. You know what a geechee is, huh?
No, ma'am.
That was the Africans that moved off the coast of the United States, and they spoke their own language, and they spoke funny. Funny language. They used to call me a turkey. I used to stutter so bad it was sad, man.
Oh my God, and you speak very well today.
But it took a long time. But they had a nun who had gone to summer school, and she had learned that when you sing, you put oxygen into your lungs so you don't stutter.
Oh,
You
wow.
don't stutter. No, you don't. You put oxygen into your lungs.
They said, you know, sing,
Because
something
they had
like
this
that.
country and western singer, Mel Tillis. Mel Tillis used to stutter so bad when he spoke, but when he sang, it was beautiful.
So you started singing?
That nun made me sing.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Well, tell me something in Creole so I can let my grandkids hear this.
Mon pap gen pou fè sa.
And what does that mean?
I ain't gonna do that.
Not going to do that.
Mon pap gen pou fè sa di tout. I ain't gonna do that at all.
Mary, I think the little buggy is coming.
Well, I know a little bit of
Yes, thank you.
jamais la vie. What does that mean?
Jamais de la vie.
Never in life, brother. Jamais dans la vie.
Oh, never in life.
It's like,
Oh, and I say that all the time because I heard my grandmother
you don't
say
have to say life when you translate it. It's like,
Jamais dans la vie.
never. Can't believe it. Lots of times our parents use that as a phrase when they see you doing something or you say something and they want to say, what? I can't believe it. Mais jamais.
Mais jamais.
That means I don't know, right?
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, well, I got that right. Moi, je connais pas.
Moi, je connais pas, moi, pas
Moi,
connais.
je connais pas ça.
Ou moi, pas connais.
On the Creole flag,
For my grandbabies.
on the Creole flag, you see the blue part? That was France, because France settled here. And the flag de lis on the blue part of the French flag was they branded the slaves with that. That's how they branded the slaves. You know you belong to France. And the flag with the star was Mali, because the people came from Mali, Africa over here. And the other side is Senegal, because the people came down here Senegal. Because we even have French families with a last name Senegal. And the part with the red and the castle was Spain, because Spain was here for 34 years. And our Creole is really, I spoke Creole a long time. Like, I'll give you an example. I have 75 cents. J'ai 75 cents in standard French. Morgan 6 escalins. Creole. Morgan 6 escalins. Don't sound the same at all, huh? No, that was I guess since it was French, African, Spanish, you know, it was a mixture. It was a mélange. It was a mélange. And the black spoke Creole, and the French spoke Cajun French. And, but it all depends what part of Louisiana, southwestern Louisiana you were from. Because if you were from around Cecilia, Parks and all that, the blacks and the whites spoke Creole French. In Saint-Martinville. Les gens qui parlent français, ça dépend de quelle partie de la Louisiane ils habitent. Il y a différentes parties.
On n'utilise pas habite parce que ça c'est français.
Où on vit.
Il reste ou vit.
Oh, on dit reste, pas vie, pas vie. Moi, je reste à Lafayette. Mogan. I have Mogan. That's more like Haitian, like Mogan. Mogan, tu gan, li gan, ye gan.
Yape fesi, yape fesi.
Yape. They are doing yape.
Tell him exactly what a Creole is.
Well, they have white.
It's difficult.
Yeah,
It's really
it's
those that have been influenced
by the Creole language.
those different countries like Senegal, Mali, you know, even Spain, you know. So it's a mixture.
Like my family, he's with us and he's visiting, but my family's from Natchitoches, from Hoochieville. So it's totally different up there.
Yeah, it sure is the Creole, yeah. Yeah, the Creole is different up there. It all depends what area you're from.
Not far back, my great-grandfather came here from France. I mean, you know, my great-grandfather, that's not going very far back. So.
Because
But it's the influence. France,
because in Natchitoches,
African countries as well as
in Natchitoches they had a lot of kids that came to the high school that I went to from Lafayette. It was a boarding school, Holy Rosary, and they were from Natchitoches. There was the Matoyas, the Jones, the Cluches. The Matoya and the Cluches.
We have a judge named Matoya.
Yeah, Matoya, yeah,
It's a
and the
very
Jones.
big name in Alexandria.
Yeah, and they had the Jones, the Matoyas, the Cluches that went to school with us at Holy Rose. It was a boarding school. They would come down here to go to school at Holy Rose.
So it's not as simple as the Native Americans married the black or the black married the white or this or that or that.
No.
It's just kind of
No, when we grew
Yeah.
up, most of us thought and were taught
Yeah.
that the blacks were Creoles and the whites
Whites
were
were, yeah.
Indians. Well, as
That's
time
not that
went-
That's not true.
yeah.
Because the man who described who did our flag, Paul, the man who did our flag.
I always call him a frog.
He was white, but he said he was Creole because he was from around Parks in Saint-Martinville area.
Oubliez son nom.
Me too. I've been saying his name all day.
Interesting. It was nice.
M'oublier son nom.
You too, honey.
M'oublier son nom.
Thank y'all for coming by.
Thank you for coming. Mon pas connaît, m'a oublié tout ça,
Our
cher.
brain cells are gone. Mine
Yeah.
are for sure.
J'ai un peu fou, tu vois. Je suis.
Well, again, thank you, ladies. so
You're
much.
welcome.
Thank you.
You too, babe.
You guys too.
Bye.
Be safe going back.
We talked a long time, eh?
Il va retourner pour prendre les tables.
Oh, c'est ça l'idée? Ok.
Il va se garder.
Ok, mais excusez-moi, vous êtes dérangé.
Non, non, ça va.
Ok, ça va.
Tiens ma
Ta
clé.
clé?
Tu peux mettre ça.
Oui, ta voiture. Et là?
Et là,
Juste
de
côté de
l'autre
toi.
table,
Hein?
le petit table.
Là.
Ah, ben, on va prendre ça plus tard.
Ok. Et les tables vont aller avec toi.
Ouais.
Ok.
So, la question c'est de votre pensée. On va peut-être
Bon.
commencer.
Ok, avec Madi.
Exactement. Vos pensées et vos rêves pour la Louisiane, juste généralement pour les jeunes, pour les vieux.
Pour la jeune réaliser que la vie est bonne. Il peut faire le meilleur dans la vie. Il faut avoir un rêve qui est plat maintenant. Un rêve puis qui va durer longtemps. Les enfants, je crois que les enfants croient que la meilleure chose d'être au basketball, au football, les gens veulent sport, la drogue, ils veulent l'argent vite. Ils ne veulent pas travailler maintenant. Ils veulent que ça vienne vite. Mais pour nous autres, ça n'a pas venu vite. C'était aller à l'école, étudier, faire ci, faire ça. Et maintenant, nous faisons la retraite. Et c'est ça. Mais je ne crois pas que la jeunesse croit qu'il va vivre très long. Je ne crois pas. Il veut les choses trop vite.
C'est quoi vos pensées?
Moi, mon rêve, c'est que dans le futur près, que tous les gens commencent à accorder mieux. Et les vieux, ou ceux qui sont plus vieux que les gens, peuvent faire comme parents ou, je ne veux pas dire professeur, parce que quand on dit professeur, poste de collège, mais pour juste montrer les enfants les choses à faire mieux dans la vie et pour pas être trop impatience de prendre le temps avec les enfants pour les montrer comment faire des choses, comment gagner des choses et pour ne pas d'être dans des choses qui sont mauvaises. Alors, j'espère, parce que j'ai un petit enfant, un garçon il va avoir 21 ans en octobre. Et
déjà,
on a peur des fois. Maintenant, il dit des fois, je vais aller avec mes amis. Ils vont pas c'est pas dans les mauvaises places, mais toutes sortes de choses peuvent arriver n'importe où. Alors, on dit toujours, fais attention. Il dit, oh, Grand, tu dis ça tout le temps. Oui, mais Grand connaît mieux le monde que toi. Alors, fais attention où tu vas et avec tes amis. Parce que peut-être tes amis ne sont pas des bons amis ou il fait des choses qui ne sont pas bonnes. Lui, il ne boit pas, il ne fume pas, il ne fait pas de drogue. Mais il a des amis qui boivent d'alcool. Je crois qu'il y a un qui peut-être fume. Et je ne veux pas qu'il prenne de mauvaises influences. C'est ça. Et je dis tout le temps, oui, mais Grand va, comment on dit, worry.
tracasser.
Parce que ça ne prend pas long pour d'être dans le tracas.
Pas du tout, ça.
Et mes petits qui ne connaissent pas toutes sortes de choses qui arrivent, il peut être dans le problème aussi. Tu vois, mes deux petits qui sont à Pittsburgh, ils sont 7 ans et 9 ans maintenant. Ils sont dans une école privée, une bonne école, vraiment diverse. Juste quelques mois passés, il y avait des enfants plus grands dans les grades plus hauts. Ils mimiquaient les choses qui arrivaient avec George Floyd. Et puis, c'était pas bon. Et alors, l'école avait une grande meeting, sur Zoom avec les parents, pour tout ça. Je ne veux pas exposer les petits de ça, parce qu'ils ne connaissent pas, ils ne comprennent pas tout ça. Et puis, je ne veux pas que personne prenne avantage à mes petits-enfants. Surtout parce qu'ils sont noirs. Tu vois? Alors, parce que nous, on essayait de montrer pour être le même et bon avec tout le monde. Alors, anyway. Moi, je rêve à une meilleure vie pour tout quelqu'un.
Moi aussi.
Bien dit. Juste une fois, est-ce que tu veux me dire ton nom?
Geneva Phillips, je viens de Lafayette.
Marie-Alice Drake de Lafayette.
Merci bien, vous deux.
Pas de-
À quoi? De
pas
rien.
de-